11 to the lead.
Clear. Pretty free to start here.
Hi, welcome into my channel. This channel is about astronomy. In this channel I want to say that the stars are close, small and cold. And we cannot see the universe. But in this video I started with a car chase because I want to tell you about Mars formation. But let me tell you like this. This problem the actual scientists could not resolve it. So you have two cars, one with 100 miles per hour, another one with 100 miles per hour, and the distance between them is 10 meters. When they will catch?
11 to the lead.
Clear. Pretty free to start here.
This problem could not be resolved by all the scientists in the world at this current hour. What I want to tell you by this about Mars formation.
The story of Mars began about 4.5 billion years ago when gas and dust swirled together to form the fourth planet from the Sun.
So in National Geographic they show this like magic, like the dust and gathers 4 billion years. 4 billion years is that to satisfy you but not telling you nothing, okay? So that's why I started with the car chase. If you are smart, you understood by now. Why? If you break up Mars planet in pieces, like they show to you that gathering of gas dust is 4 billion years of gathering of dust. If you take this dust and you break up and let's say you throw it in the orbit of the Sun, the Mars could not be possible to be gathered. Could not be possible. From the Mars Earth there are 2 million kilometers, 200 million kilometers or 140 something million miles. Mars average distance from the Sun 132 million miles or 228 million kilometers. So now Mars is big. She says that it is all together like in all the continents, but I believe that this is somehow wrong, okay? But geometrically, okay, but let's say
Mars is the second smallest planet in the solar system with a diameter just shy of the width of Africa. In fact, its entire surface area is similar to that of all of Earth's continents combined.
Mars diameter 6,779 kilometers. But although they say that it is all the continents, imagine you break up all the continents and you distribute it all over 2 million miles. You understand that it could not be gathered from. That's why I started with this car problem.
11 to the lead.
Clear. Pretty free to start here.
This is the way I make my videos. I'm saying like a tea science. I have here a green tea. So this is the way I make my videos. I'm not looking straight in the camera and I'm not feeling myself perpendicular. So now you understand something. The material in the solar system must be from here, from the vicinity, neighborhoods, from our neighborhoods. Because they say that the first star, it is a 4 light years distance. So if you multiply a day is 26 billion kilometers. You multiply it a day with the speed of light. You multiply it by 365 and you multiply it by 4 years and you find out the distance. So all the solar system material must be from here, because you see in the solar system there's maximum speed, like you say 27,000 kilometers per hour, the speed of orbiting of an International Space Station. So I'm telling you that is the maximum speed in our solar system. a maximum speed. This speed must be conserved from something, from what there was forming or solar system. You cannot pull the brakes and you cannot accelerate. Nothing can accelerate this speed. You cannot accelerate the speed of the Earth or of the Mars. So what I'm telling you, the material is from here. So if you distribute Mars now over a surface like 200 million kilometers, 6,000 kilometers, you cannot gather it anymore back. Because you see, you have this problem. You have the same speed as the two cars. That's why I started. And the material will not gather. And now they are saying wrongly that there is attraction. Gravity is not attraction. I always tell you this. You look into my channel and you find out what gravity is. Gravity does not attract. This is the main cause of making everything in this wrong in this current day astronomy. So gravity, if it is not attraction, it is you must find another way that the Mars be produced. So I'm telling you that the second way is chemical, but the material that attraction, chemical force attraction is like this concrete piece. The chemical force attraction, the pieces must be close one to another. So the material of Mars must be around Mars a small distance that to be active the chemical attraction of the atoms. And now let me tell you something. I don't care what clock do you have, okay? I don't care what clock do you have to measure this. You cannot make 4.6 billion years. You cannot make 4.6 billion years from a physical point of view, because gravity is not attraction and you have the material of Mars break up all over the place. You cannot calculate for gravity, force equal mass times acceleration, no period of impact to get to Mars to be gathered. So you cannot give the age. And the second, the chemistry second, I don't care you have cesium, I know what time is and space time. This is astronomical channel. I know what time is, okay? You do not have with something to calculate. Why? You must listen this next section. So chemistry section. In the reaction to fuse the atom like this in concrete piece, there's a chemical time reaction.
In this video, you're going to learn what reaction rate is, as well as some ways of measuring reaction rate. So your first question is, what is reaction rate? Reaction rate is the measure of how quickly the reactants in a reaction change into the products of the reaction. Now let's look at how you can measure reaction rate. The rate of a chemical reaction can be measured in two ways. The first way is to measure how quickly the reactants, that's the substances on the left of the arrow in the equation, decrease. The second way is to measure how quickly the products, that's the substances on the right of the arrow in the equation, increase.
And the time varies different so it doesn't matter what clock do you have, okay? If you have another chemical compounds with another chemical compounds, the time is different. But if you connect some chemical compounds to make some sand and you then disconnect them and with some acid and you burn and you understand though the chemistry to make a spherical body like a planet, it cannot give you the clock to measure the planet forming.
Looking at an example for each of these two methods would help you understand this. Our example for way 1, measuring how quickly reactants decrease, is a reaction between marble chips, calcium carbonate, and hydrochloric acid. This reaction can be represented by the following equation, made up by the reactants calcium carbonate and hydrochloric acid, resulting in the products calcium chloride and water and carbon dioxide. As the reaction proceeds, the reactants lose mass because carbon dioxide gas is given off. We can measure the decrease in mass of reactants by using this type of apparatus. Based on our measurements, we plot a graph of mass of reactants against time.
You understand? So you cannot make it through gravity. You do not have a clock. You cannot make it through chemistry, the time. So why they say 4.6 billion years? Why? So that's why I put for you, this guy is complementary with what I'm telling you. He's putting your mind to work, to understand that you cannot give for all the spheres, let's say these spheres with all the chemistry. If you have carbon like this sphere with sulfur acid, all the spheres presuppose a different relative time. The time is different in chemistry, you understand? So you cannot give it to, you can break some connection, you make another one, and like this. And if you already have the planet Mars like round and spherical, only then you have a full day of Mars. 1 day and something. 2 years around the sun and 1 day and something. And the first day of planet Mars in where was full Mars, round. And a day of Mars means a full rotation from here to here back in 1 day of Mars. And only if you have the spherical planet complete, only then you can say you have a full day of Mars, okay? So 4.6 billion years from when? From it was full formed. They know that when it was full form, it is 4.6 billion years ago. From what? From what science? From what? So maybe I will make from no science. They do not have any science. From the Earth, they give the age of the Earth, and they could not say that the Mars is younger. Goodbye, God bless. This is the first video on Mars formation.